Heather had seemingly moved on from the relationship as well, at least according to those close to her. She'd gotten a job at a beauty parlor and was to start working there just before Christmas, which is, something she was excited about because this is what she was, going to school for. She was wanting to do that as a career and making those steps in the right direction. And I always look at every story. We call this show How It All Went South. And I think there's a moment in every situation, every story like this, where someone makes a decision that just forever changes not only their life, but the lives of the others, involved. And for me, it's right in here somewhere. Like she's kind of moved on. She's got her own thing. Tammy and, crazy Tammy and Sidney trying to work it out, take some time away. Clearly it doesn't work out that way. On December 17th, Heather went on a date with a man named Stephen Schiraldi. The two went to dinner and then drove around in his truck looking at Christmas lights in the nearby neighborhoods, ending at the Inlet Square Mall in Myrtle Beach, where Schiraldi taught Heather to drive stick shift in the parking lot. And no, that's not an innuendo.
I didn't say anything.
I saw the look. It wasn't an innuendo. Heather was having fun, texting her father and roommate Brianna, sending her pictures of her driving stick, something she'd always wanted to learn how to do. So her dad was all excited and, my little girl's growing up kind of thing. Schiraldi dropped Heather off at the Carolina Forest Apartments where she lived between 1 and 1:15 a.m., and he's the last person known to see her alive. Shortly after arriving in her apartment, Heather gets a call from an unknown number, which was later found out to be from a payphone. She then calls Brianna at 1:44 a.m. and tells her that Sidney had called her, told her that he missed her, that he had left his wife, and asked if she would meet him. Now, I just talked about, there's a moment, there's one decision that changes everything.
Do you say yes or do you say no?
And this is it. This is the decision, I think, and how could she have known? This decision changed everything. Brianna said Heather was crying and hysterical during the 2-minute conversation, and she advised her not to meet with Sidney. She told her to sleep on it and they'd talk more about it the next day. But that conversation would never take place, as no one has seen Heather Elvis after that call ended with her roommate. Your thoughts? Is that call from him bullshit? Or with everything you know, and just sort of the way this story is going already, me hearing that the first time sounds like that's a very odd, like I'm gonna call you at 2 a.m. I left my wife, meet up with me.
After she's just been out with this other guy, right?
Yeah.
So she's been out with this other guy. She's had a great time. But then, as she's so excited about that, at 2 a.m, she hears from Sidney. Yeah. My question is, like, so where do you go? What do you do at that time of night? But also, like, this is the first time she's hearing that he's now left his wife, Tammy.
Yeah.
So that's dramatic. And so where is she in all of this, too, is the other question I have. What's going on with her? So I've got 3 people that she's in her universe to me that speak to this. It's the guy she was on a date with, Sidney, and Sidney's now former wife, or still wife, but he's left. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.